to another episode of Watch Once Over. Today we're going to be doing a collection highlight of some of my watches. This one is the Devil Diver, and I recently purchased this one from azfindtime.com after I did a review on it. I was so impressed with the watch, I overlooked the non-hacking 8 series movement, and I just went ahead and purchased it anyway. I really love this watch. It's a great size watch, a 41, a little smaller than the standard Devil Divers, but I really like this watch on my 7.25 inch wrist. And now another watch that is dear to me that will probably stay in my collection forever is my Fortis Flieger. Now this is a mid-size watch, and this is a 35 millimeter watch. And it's a Valjoux 7750 base watch, and you can see with that Valjoux movement how thick it is. And I'll do some measurements on it pretty soon, but you see the lug to lug is just about a little bit shy of what the Devil Diver is, but it's a lot thicker than the Devil Diver because of the chronograph. But the reason why I chose the mid-size in this is if you go with the 40 mil with the Valjoux or the 43 mil, the watch just starts to become cumbersome and gigantic looking. Right now at 35 millimeters, it is on par with this 41 millimeter Bulova. And the reason why that is because this watch doesn't carry really too much of a bezel. It's just set in the case, and since it doesn't have a bezel, it looks like about a 40 millimeter, and then you couple that with the great vast thickness of the Valjoux 7750, you get a watch that has a lot more wrist presence than maybe most 35 millimeter watches would care to show. So let's do some quick measurements on here. I'll show you on the Devil Diver. The calibers aren't going to trick you. The Devil Diver is going across. Let's just do the bezel. The Devil Diver is right around a 40. See that? Actually about a 41. So the Devil Diver is spot on, just about a 41. And then you take the Fortis, measuring around that bezel right there, that's about a 34. But if I go side to side, that's when you'll get the 35. So this is a 35 millimeter case. The reason being that it looks so big is because it is an optical illusion. And that illusion plays out on your wrist because of the size of the watch. But let's look at the lug to lug, which makes this watch outstanding. The lug to lug on the Fortis is only about a 42. That is wonderful. Now the thickness, it's pretty thick for a small watch. It's about 14 millimeters thick. So with this size, it does almost look like a gauge or something down in a boiler room. But with this size, I feel on my 7.25 inch wrist, this watch is just perfect for a Valjoux chronograph. Now I'll show it to you on my wrist. My wrist is 7.25 inches, and that's what it looks like on my wrist. Down the barrel shot, you see it is a little thick, but I really love this watch. I love the weight of it. I love the complications, and what Fortis has done with this Valjoux is they've tightened it up where it really feels almost like a column wheel. The start and stop on here is just stellar. Then you get that snap back, and this watch has served me really good. And I paired it with this camo strap because it has orange in there, and I like orange and how it matches with the second hand and sub down hands. So It does carry the day date. It does have that Valjo wobble. You get the running seconds over here at 9 o'clock. Lots of loom. And I'll show you that in a second. And I love the Fortis dial because it's so simple and so clean and easy to read. There's not a lot of watches that can beat this Fortis bang for buck. And then when you pair it with this 35 millimeter size, I think it's just perfect for about a 7.5 to smaller wrist, all the way down to about a 5-inch wrist. This watch will do you good, and it'll have lots of wrist presence no matter what size you are. Now on the Devil Diver, after I did the review, I had to pick this one up. It was just awesome. The colors pop way more than they do on camera. The camera can't bring out the brilliance in this dial. And this is a 41 millimeter watch, and it wears extremely close to how the Fortis wears. And I love these silicone strap on here. And that's how the Devil Diver wears. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. I love this watch. I wear it a lot. And like I said, I overlooked the non-hacking movement because everything else, the quality of it was just great. I mean, it really was. I put my money where my mouth is, and I picked one up. And this will stay in my collection probably forever because I am a sucker for orange. Now, the Fortis is just a stable Flieger that you kind of got to have a Fortis in your collection. The box is awesome. It has this International Space Station on there. And this watch has served me well. And it's always a fan favorite. So I really like it. These are the kind of type of watches that I like to wear on a daily basis. You know, I don't get real fancy with it. I do have a couple of expensive watches, but these ones are more or less the automatics that I go to, you know, on a daily basis. And this being a new one. But the Fortis will never stop getting wrist time and love because it's a Fortis. And it's a 35 mil, and this watch gets so much praise when I wear it. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, that's a collection highlight of two of my watches that Big E wears. And this is my 41 millimeter Bulova Devil Diver, and this is my 35 millimeter mid-size Fortis Flieger chronograph. I'll put the reference numbers to these models down in the description in case you're looking for one of these watches. That's the Watch Once Over for today. Have a great Sunday. Thank you all for watching. It's been a wonderful year, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.